I have edited and posted over 4,000 videos, spent more than 2 years learning, mastering and teaching video editing and working with some of the highest level individuals, only to realize that video editing is nowhere near what you think it is and what everyone presents it to be. And that's why in this video I'm going to reveal the 5 raw truths about video editing no one has told you about. So without further ado, let's head to the first raw truth. The reason most people never succeed with editing in today's day and age is because they start learning from the end and not from the beginning. Let me explain. So this is your editing journey. We have point A and point B. Point A should represent the beginning of your journey and point B should represent the end. Even though there's no end in this journey, you can never master video editing, you can never learn everything there is to know. But let's say that point B is a point in time where you can say you are great video editor. An average person who wants to start with video editing in 2024 sees someone who's already at point B. And the reason they see them is because they're out there posting content, they're actually great at what they do, they're findable, they're creating some styles that are getting quite popular. And what this editor does is instead of starting from the beginning, he just jumps straight to the point B simply by being attracted by all the fancy stuff that he sees from other good editors. And what happens then is they go and try to learn how to do all that fancy stuff that good editors are doing. So simply they go to YouTube and search how to animate like Iman Gadzhi, they open up another tab with After Effects and try to replicate the exact same scene that thousands of other editors are trying to replicate in the same time. Like, you're not learning anything about editing and about content creation in general, you're just learning how to animate, which is basically one of the last steps you should learn. Before learning how to animate, you should learn all the other things that go before that. Like, what's even the point of content? What's the point of editing? Why do people even need editing? Why they need editors? And those are only some of the things you need to know before you even start with animating. And not only animating, but anything other related to editing. Because if you don't understand all those things, you're not gonna be able to know when to put edit, why are you putting it there, where to put it. And just by knowing all those things, you're basically ahead of everyone. Because literally no one's doing it. Everyone's just throwing a bunch of random animations and effects on the screen, thinking that that's editing, because they saw some good editors do something similar. And it's not even similar, they're just using animations and effects the way they should be using it. But these so-called editors that are just in the beginning, as I said, go straight to the point B, skipping all the necessary stuff in the beginning, thinking that if they know how to animate, they're gonna be good editors. Now that brings us to the second raw truth. It's not about assets. All the beginner video editors think that good video editors have some assets, some magical assets that just makes their videos look good. And I know this because when I was just starting out, I had exactly the same thought. I was thinking that they have some secret resources and assets that I don't have that are making their videos look so good. But they don't. Like, it's not in assets. And even now today, I basically get tens of messages every single day. Someone is messaging me, bro, can you please send me assets? Please send me your assets. And I'm thinking, what assets are you talking about? What assets? I don't use any assets. The only things that I consider as assets are some transitions, sound effects, maybe some overlays, and that's it. And that's like 0.1% of editing. Everything else I basically make on my own. And by chatting with some of the best editors out there, I realized that all of them do the same. None of them have some secret source of assets that they use to secretly somehow make their videos look better. They simply use what 99% of editors nowadays seems like refuse to use, which is their brain. And second thing, even if they had some kind of assets that they can send you, and even if they sent them to you, you wouldn't know how to use them because it's not about the assets, it's about the person who's using them. Moving on to the raw truth number 3. There actually is a thing that's more important than any animation or anything else you can do. And that's editing the video before you actually edit the video. Let's see how most editors edit today. They first input the video in their editing software, they just quickly cut the video as if it was the least important thing they can do. And what do they do next? They go straight to creating animations that had already been seen thousands of times before online. What you should do instead is once you get the video, you should cut it so good that you should create a story out of a video. So if you think about it like that, cutting is actually way more important than even animations. Think of it like this. Can you post a video without any animations? Yes. Can you post a video without any cuts? No. So besides cutting, the other most important thing is coming up with a whole storyboard for a video. So you need to plan in advance the style that the video is gonna be in, the vibe, the theme, the emotion, everything else. And apart from that, you also need to know how to color grade the video, put transitions, and once you do all that, then you can go and animate and do the animations, which is basically one of the last things you wanna do when editing a video. But still, there's one thing that you need to do after the animations, which brings us to the raw truth number 4. Sound design is way more important than you think. Listen, you're not a cool guy if you can create the best animation and use the best effects out there, because everyone can do that. There's millions of tutorials out there on how to animate and how to do all that. But what really separates great editors from everyone else is sound design. You can literally hear good editor. And what most people do is once they finish animating their video, they just think, oh yeah, I forgot to add like a little bit of music, a little bit of sound effects. And when trying to figure out what music to use, they just pick some old song that they were using previously and think, yeah, I think this one's gonna do good. And music is literally the most important part of the video, because music determines how is the viewer gonna feel about the video. Is he gonna be crying? Is he gonna be smiling? It literally determines the emotion the viewer is gonna feel while watching the video. And the worst thing someone can do is being so lazy that they just use the same music track in every single video they make. And again, one of the biggest things that separates great editors from everyone else is their ability to sound design really well. And truth number 5, you need to pray what you preach. I see 99% of people today, when they want to start with video editing, they make an Instagram profile and their bio says something along the lines of helping people build unique brands, or helping people with content, helping people get more followers, something along those lines. You get the point. While having literally like 100 followers, their videos don't look good, or even worse, they don't even have any videos on their page, and then they wonder why nothing works, why no one wants to work with them. And it's exactly the same as if some fat dude was trying to become a fitness trainer, having no track record that he ever helped anyone lose weight. He never in his life even lost weight, he was fat his whole life, trying to sell you on helping you lose weight. And it's exactly the same thing. All of these editors are trying to sell people on their content and how important content is and how your videos should look good, while they don't even have any videos. I mean, why would I pay you to help me gain more followers when you have 64 followers? It's like you missed the first step at gaining any trust and any connection with your customers. You yourself don't have the thing you're trying to offer to other people. So, if you actually took time to understand and analyze these 5 truths, not only that you would stand out from thousands of other editors doing exactly the same thing, but you would take over the entire editing space. Because I'm telling you, no one is telling you anything about these 5 truths. So apart from that, make sure you watch one of my previous videos, and I'll see you in the next one.